Hello Chipsters, it's Gav and welcome to another one of my videos. I'm saying that a lot at the moment. These are Eureka A.B miniatures and they're their Confederation of the Rhine, uh, so German states. And I'm going to do these as Wurzburg, and they are going to be painted white. Probably do whether they're going to depict them in Spain or in the East invasion that way. I might change some trouser colours because they're predominantly going to be they will be all white apart from the drummers. They'll have red collars, some red cuffs, red piping rather than full turn back red, I believe. I've got the Rawkins Guide to the Confed of the Rhine, and on my units, although I doubt I'll keep these. I got them out the stash to paint to sell, so I doubt I'll keep them. But I am dithering whether I start doing the odd unit for myself in A.B. Napoleonics again. I don't know. I do it. I get so far, and then I sell whatever I've painted on to pay a bill. So I don't know. But these were originally bought. I bought them with some other figures to paint and sell to provide me with money to buy my own A.B. figures. So I'll probably be doing that. But these guys, the drummers are going to be in like it's not a light blue. It's not like I think I've seen it described as sky blue, but it's not like a powdery light blue. But it's not dark either. That's really good in it. You have to wait to see how I try and paint it because I can't describe the paint colour better than that. But yeah, so that'll be a nice touch because they will be blue. Now I always put these are going to be on 40 by 30 bases, and they give me enough to put 8 figures on a base. So I do like to put a couple of figures, like I usually have a drummer on each base, and I usually have an officer. Very occasionally, if I might mix it up with a sergeant or even put an extra sergeant in there. These castings are some of the newer ones. I didn't have any problems that I have had with some figures with the molds being knackered and bits missing on them, and that these are very nice. There wasn't a lot of cleanup at all on them. I just thought I'd do these. It's a unit I hadn't done before. Not a big unit. Most of them, I think Westphalians and that were a bit different, larger, but a lot of the units that were provided were sometimes even company strength, sometimes battalion strength, or regimental strength. These had a couple of regiments that served in the peninsula. I think they called up 3 or 4 in the end, if I'm right. But they went through them with all casualties, desertions, sickness. They soon went down, to literally 3 or 4, 500. But I've just stuck him down, so I've got to fill all before I put any primer on. I'll be filling these up with some filler I usually get some epoxy filler, make a little sausage, and then press it round with a clay shaper. The only couple of things I've done differently with this unit, well, not differently, but as in non-standard, is I like to drill the front of the reins out. A tip given to me by an old marrow I haven't seen around for ages and ages, Mr. Paul Alba. But he used to drill his out, and I knew Paul a good few years back, and I follow the same. Really decent painter. And he's a lot more tidy than I am. Drilled that out as I normally would do on ABs. And what else? Again, he always made a better fist of his poles for the colours. The Wurzburgers had 2 colours flying rather than just one, and I always replace them with a piece of large paperclip. I have got one a size large. In fact, I use this one to actually poke out well, I've had it used whenever I use it like that. It's because it's had a figure on the end of it, and then I use them for poking out dry paint in the bottles and stuff, as you can see. But I'd cut one of those up, but it was just too big for that scale of figure. So I've had to. It's a shame because I would have liked that pole just to be another few mil taller, but longer, whatever. I just took a file and just pointed the end off on these guys. I haven't got any colours for these. It's classic, innit? I've only sent off a while ago for some Bavarian colours for the 28mm Bavarians that I'd painted, and because I like, get your money's worth with the postage. I added a couple of other colours because I've got a ton of AB colours from different ones I've painted over the years, but of course I haven't got any Wurzburgers, so I'll have to be sending off for those. And that's about it, really. There's no point showing you there's not a huge amount of difference. They do have a lot of drinking canteens differently. We've got the gourds, and they've got some of the more metal, the white metal ones. Just tidied up the bayonets are still slightly fragile, but not overly. I haven't had any. I've only had one. I put a tiny bit of glue on, super glue, just to give it some strength, because it did look slightly wobbly, but not enough to. I'll just put some on as a precaution. But I've had no bust offs or anything like that. So I've got grenadiers. The light company I decided to depict out skirmishing, as you can see here. So they've all got covers on the shakos. These will have green epaulets, I believe, green pom-pom. But yeah, lovely figures. So yet more to do. I just thought, well, I was supposed to be priming up all the stuff I said to you I was going to be priming up the other day. I couldn't in the end because it absolutely chucked it down. And I couldn't, and it was later on in the afternoon. So by the time, even if I'd have put the windows open, it would have stunk the house out with lacquer. So they've had to wait till tomorrow now. But I just thought I'd show these. They've all been stuck down on the bottle tops. So the mounted kernel, I've bought all these. Is what I don't. This wasn't like a battalion bag. I've bought these all individually, and so you just have to make sure that I've got a few. I always usually overorder, because it's better to overorder than do what I've done in the very early days, which would end up like with a drummer missing, or well, not missing, but I hadn't ordered an extra drummer, or I was officers, or even just grenadiers or something missing. So I usually have a few spares, because I also like to have a few extras in my box of ABs that I can build on at a later date. This is the only main unit I've got a couple of somebody passed on some second-hand Brits to me in stovepipe shakos, mainly for the Peninsula, maybe the Battle of Madas, that type of stuff. But they're half painted, and I thought, I'm going to strip them and everything, and these were already just waiting in the bag, saying paint me type of thing. So must have had these at least 3 years. So anyway, that's it really. Just wanted to show you that. So we've had how to make corrugated metal with a toothpaste squeezer, and now we're on to AB 18mm Napoleonics. So I think that's about it for now. There will be yet another video when I get a quiet time over the weekend, hopefully on a 1:35 scale Alpine miniature that I've bought. The company's Alpine Miniatures, if you don't know. 1:35 scale figure, so I'll just give you a flash unboxing of that, just to show what I've got. Mainly for Les Teal, a Kiwi living in Melbourne, Australia. Yeah, look after yourselves. Sorry if I'm flooding you with videos at the moment, but hopefully there's something there for anybody. It's only just because I feel like making videos, and I've been lucky that I've had quiet times I could do them, like tonight. So look after yourselves. Hope all is well with you, and we'll catch each other, or as always, on another video.